Hi, my name is Rachel and welcome to How to Connect with Goddess Hathor. Hathor is the Egyptian goddess of joy, of beauty and love, of motherhood and fertility, music, dance, pleasure and celebration. She is both the mistress of the dawn and the mistress of the west, where the sun sets and rises. She is also the heavenly cosmic cow whose breast milk fed the pharaohs and also forms the Milky Way. She is a great protector of all women, but mothers in particular, and all those that mother. She's also Lady of the Dance and Mistress of Beasts. She is an ally that comes forward for you now to support you with beauty. So all ideas of beauty, your perception of beauty and the beauty of self. So perhaps all of the woundings that are there, all the ways that you don't feel good enough or any feelings of lack. She will also help you with mothering yourself. So mothering yourself with devotion and with compassion. She will bring forth love in your life for both yourself and your body and into your relationship. She will help you to find the joy and pleasure that can be in being you and in your life. So here are my top 3 tips for connecting with Goddess Hathor. My first tip is to connect with 2 of her sacred products, which are both symbolic, can be literal and metaphorical, and they are milk and honey. So milk firstly actually represents and symbolizes the breast milk of the goddess. So all milk, in particular the breast milk of women, is symbolic and is a manifestation of the breast milk of the goddess. And the breast milk that came forth from Hathor, who in particular would breastfeed the pharaohs, would bring forth both wisdom and physical nourishment. So she would nurture as the goddess of nurturance with her breast milk on both a physical, an emotional and a spiritual level. The second produce is honey, and honey reminds us of the sweetness of life. She is a goddess of joy and pleasure, sensuality and sexuality. And honey with her reminds us to revel in, to immerse ourselves in the pleasures of life. She will help you to experience pleasure and to experience joy and hold both those things as sacred, and all experiences of joy and sacred, joy and pleasure as sacred, and as opportunities and times of communion with the divine. This is why we're feeling joy and pleasure, because at that moment the divine is there within us and with us. So you can bring both milk and honey into your ritual, your ceremony. You may want to place it on your altar if you have an altar to Hathor, or any time that you're doing anything with her, and I'll be suggesting a few more kind of rituals and ceremonies in a moment. You may also want to use milk and honey perhaps in your beauty regime as a goddess of beauty. So bathing in milk, a little bit like Cleopatra, but also, on your skin, maybe in your tinctures or the products that you're making for yourself. You may also want to honor milk and honey as highly sacred items. So this is only a suggestion to see if it resonates with you, but perhaps honoring milk and honey as ritual items, so only using them for that purpose. So as we know in our modern life, milk is overproduced, cows are overused. So what if we use milk just as that breast milk of the goddess, so in ritual and ceremony instead? And the same goes with honey. What if every time we use them with honor and respect for both the animals and the goddess that has produced them, and that is contained within them? So as part of this, I encourage you to go out and find ways to support the well-being and the welfare of both cows and bees, and to use their products if you are going to use it in ritual, ceremony, offering in your body products, to use it in a way that is really respectful and that is sustainable. My second tip is to immerse yourself in music and dance. So immersing yourself in both as sacred. So see music and dance as a portal to communion with the divine. So you may find pleasure from these ways of being in these activities anyway, but I invite you to set out sacred time to really dance or listen to music as an activity of communion, as an activity of pleasure and joy. So get your most favourite music. You may even want to make music as her priestesses did. So we know that her priestesses are depicted and shown and known to have used the frame drum and the sistrum. So you can maybe want to learn those two instruments in particular and use them. But we know that sound was used in her ceremonies and her rituals in the ancient temples. So you may want to recreate that in some way, whatever resonates for you. I'm going to be sharing a ritual with you in a moment as well, where you may want to involve music in that as well. You may want to go out and find a dance class, but remembering to dance for pleasure, to dance for the joy of it, not because you have to, but because you really want to, and find her in that place. And think about her as a goddess of beauty as well as music and dance. Feel and experience yourself as beautiful, as an expression and a manifestation and an epiphany of the goddess as you dance. Feel what brings you joy and what brings you pleasure as you move and as you listen. So my third tip is essential oils. And Hathor's temple, was believed to be the center of oils and anointing in ancient Egypt. And there is actually a beautiful depiction in the temple of Hathor, Abu Simnel, where Queen Nefertari, her temple, is being anointed by Hathor and Isis upon the forehead. So the invitation for my third tip is to work with essential oils and Hathor in union. There are a few essential oils in particular that connect with her. She's a goddess of the sacral and of the heart chakra. You may want to use rose, frankincense and myrrh. And I'll share with you in a moment that I have a page where I share more about her essential oils. But I'm going to invite you to create a ritual with essential oils. So like Nefertari being anointed by the goddess, I invite you to use essential oils in particular in an anointing ceremony. So I have created a audio guide for you to experience a ritual, and a whole web page which has loads of different essential oils on there, tips of how to create a ritual. I'm going to guide you all the way through, completely free. Just pop over to the web page. There's no clauses or conditions or anything, just for you as a gift from Hathor. And with this ritual, you're going to use a mirror as well, which is one of her sacred objects, to gaze upon yourself with the eyes of love and compassion, and to witness and see your beauty. And in there's an affirmation for you to keep repeating as well. So we'll go through this together in the audio, and this will be a really powerful way for you to connect to essential oils, her anointing rituals, and also to music. However, you can use essential oils at any time, any of your rituals and ceremonies to connect with her. So she's a goddess of nature, of the earth. So if you're bringing your milk and your honey forward, you may want to anoint them with essential oils as well. If you're creating any tinctures, with honey, you may want to use essential oils, or just anointing yourself every day in her name, in celebration of her. That is also a wonderful thing to do. So go and find that out. I will pop the link below for you, so for you to go and enjoy that and to listen to the recording. It's very short, nice and easy. And I hope that it supports you and helps you to appreciate your beauty and to feel all the ways that you are loved and loving. Sending you many, many blessings, and I hope this does support you. If you want to find out more, then you can just comment below, send me any messages. Also, check out my books. I'm a best-selling author on goddess mythology. I'll post a link below for all of my books, and there's many more coming out as well. I'm always writing away. And we have a Facebook group as well where you can share more, ask any questions, or just share your experience with the ritual oils and the anointing as well. Sending you lots of love and many blessings for your continued journey with Hathor. Blessed be.